Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. So today I am going to be talking about exercise and working out and my relationship with exercise and how it has changed over the years. In a more recent video, I talked about my relationship with calorie counting, and this video on exercise kind of is like part two. It accompanies that video. So my relationship with exercise has changed dramatically over the years, going back to when I was severely engulfed in my ED and more recently with recovery. Just to give a little bit of background, first of all, I grew up in a very active family. There was a big emphasis on playing sports and staying active like my entire life. This was just part of my family. This is what we did. We did exercise. We were just very active. I was obsessed with sports my entire life. I wanted to play every single sport. Unfortunately, the sports I primarily enjoyed playing, my schools that I attended, those sports were boy sports, so I couldn't play them because I was a girl. That was kind of disappointing, but my dad always encouraged those sports outside of schools. While I never played on any official teams, I would spend hours with my mom or my dad, throwing the football back and forth. My dad would pitch baseballs and I would just spend hours hitting them with a bat. Every single sport I wanted to play and I wanted to be good at. Unfortunately, my, hand-eye, foot-eye coordination just is not good. It's a good thing I was not on any teams because I'd be awful. I'm terrible at soccer. I wanted to be good at soccer. I'm no good. But I loved football, baseball, hockey, tennis, volleyball, badminton. For some reason, I'm actually good at badminton. I don't know why. Some of the sports that are big in my family, cycling and running. I love cycling. I did a lot of races as a kid. I tried track, quit pretty early on in the season. Running is just not for me. It's for everybody else in my family, just not for me. And I just always felt like I wasn't good at any sport. I was like average and decent at some, but I just wasn't very good. But it was around the time that I started obsessing over my diet in high school that I discovered weightlifting and weight training. I was 17 and I started mildly lifting weights, just enough to pass my conditioning class that I mentioned in my other video about calories. In that video, I talk about how the education on calories was very limiting and left much to be desired. The same for my education on weightlifting. My teacher really focused on making sure the boys knew what they were doing and then kind of left the girls to just sort of lift 5-pound dumbbells. You don't want to lift anything more than 15 pounds because you're a girl. My education was very limiting, and that was my basis, was my teacher, like what he's teaching me. That's what I had to go off of. But I ended up joining a gym, and I remember passing the weight room of the gym and seeing literally like all guys lifting in there. Like there were a few women, but I just seen all the guys lifting and just wishing I could go in there. Like I wanted to be part of that, but I felt like I couldn't because I've been conditioned to believe that as a female, I'm not supposed to, and I'm supposed to just do ab workouts and cardio, which is what I did whenever I went to the gym. So every day I had my conditioning class where I would do weightlifting, we'll call it. Then I would go to the gym after school with my mom and we would do like an hour to 2 hours of cardio and crunches and ab workouts and things like that. When I first saw that weight training, weightlifting is a thing, I just had this pull inside of me that I wanted to be part of it. Even though I literally knew nothing about it, I had this attraction to it, to want to be part of that. I graduated, I moved away, I moved to a completely different state, completely different city. The first apartment building that I lived in had a gym in the building, so I took advantage of that literally every single day, sometimes twice a day, but just doing cardio and again looking at the weights. And I didn't want to make a fool of myself, so I never touched the weights, even though I really wanted to. I didn't want anyone to pass by the glass windows, look in, and see me doing something wrong. I was very insecure and worried of other people's judgments of me, so I just stuck to cardio. I did have a little set of dumbbells that I kept in my room, and so I would do little exercises. I moved out of that apartment, no longer had access to the gym, didn't have the money to join a gym, and that's where collecting as much equipment as I could and work out at home, still under the impression that I shouldn't lift more than like 10-15 pounds because I'm a girl. I don't know why, but I wanted to lift heavy. I just loved everything about weight training. I don't know. I started obsessing over diet and exercise and working out. And by working out, I mean doing cardio as much as I could. Crunches, I had to do my crunches every single day. At-home workouts with no equipment, limited equipment. It just became this thing that I had to do. Like it was a requirement. It wasn't something I truly enjoyed because I wasn't doing the exercises that I really wanted to be doing. I was doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing. About 6 years ago, I finally joined a gym. I just went in doing cardio because I already felt like I wasn't supposed to be in the gym because I thought I was like too fat to be in the gym, even though I weighed like, we don't need to get into that. I have and had a very distorted body image, still working on it. So I had this impression that I didn't belong in the gym because I didn't look a certain way when the gym is for creating the look that you want. Well, I mean, first and foremost, it's for health and feeling good about yourself and just feeling good in general. And then if you have a desired physique that you're going for and you're doing it in a healthy way, then you can create that in the gym. You don't have to look a certain way first to get into the gym. Like literally, just anyone can go to the gym. It doesn't matter what you look like. Anyway, so about 6 years ago, I joined the gym, was doing cardio, and then one day I just thought to myself, I'm going to use one of those weight machines. And then I started reading and researching and started following fitness people and learning how to write workout programs. My dad and my sister are coaches, so I literally have people I can reference and run things by and figure out, am I doing this correctly? I need your advice. I literally have them in my family. So I turned to all my resources, and then I decided I'm going to do a barbell squat. One day I just walked in and I was like, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And I did it. And then I realized something. My body type, my genetics, I am built for this. I'm meant to do this. I hold strength in my lower half. Maybe that's why I always had this pull inside of me, this inherent want and like desire to lift weights. It's because I'm good at it. This is a sport that I'm good at. It's very exciting. Because I had a distorted body image, I wanted to be stick thin. But listen, you start packing on the weight on that barbell and you start doing squats and deadlifts, you're not gonna be stick thin. You're just not. You're building. I discovered that that's just how I'm genetically shaped. And I might as well embrace it and improve it and get stronger in the way that literally my body was designed to be. Just fell in love with all of it and I just wanted to do more and more of it. I started branching out and sometimes not even doing cardio or doing very minimal cardio, and I just felt so much better doing it that way. But of course, like all good things in my life, I became obsessive and it became, again, a chore. It became this thing that I had to do, not something that I wanted to do. I mean, these were the early stages of my recovery. I think I joined the gym and then decided to recover shortly after that because I realized in order to make the gains that I wanted, I'm gonna have to eat differently and, change the way I look at myself, to change my mindset completely. I'm a big advocate for not working out in the early stages of recovery. I think that's probably the healthiest choice a person can make because you need to break that unhealthy relationship with exercise and that obsession and that need to do it and create this want to do it. You decide and choose a form of exercise that you enjoy, not ones that you think you're supposed to be doing. Obviously, that is not how I went about recovery, but that is something that I kind of wish I had, because I feel like that's an experience that would be super beneficial now to kind of like create that healthy relationship with exercise by not doing excessive exercise. But that is not how my life, that is not how my recovery played out. That's not the choices I made. I chose to join a gym. I chose to start weight training. And in a sense, that also encouraged my recovery. So I still win in the end. Starting out, going to the gym, it's new, it's exciting, it's fun, and then it becomes this chore. It becomes this thing that I just need to check off my to-do list every single day. I had to do it. And if I didn't, it led to feelings of I'm a failure, guilt, shame, maybe I need to not eat as much. It was not improving my relationship with food and exercise because it had become an obsession. It got to the point where I was practically going to the gym every single day, sometimes twice a day, pushing myself so hard to the point of complete burnout, and then feeling guilty to take a rest day. And this led to injury, which forced me to cut back. I wasn't working on my mindset around exercise. This again led to feelings of shame and guilt, and maybe I need to cut my calories. The first breaking point, I got really very sick about two and a half years ago. I was so sick that I couldn't move. I was dying. I don't like to admit when I'm sick, and I usually suck it up and just deal with it. You know it's bad when I can't do anything. Like, I will live my life with pneumonia. But this was so bad. I couldn't go to work, therefore I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't go anywhere. I could barely move. I was out. I was out for the count. Like, I couldn't even work out at home. Like, that's how bad it was. I had to learn to be okay with sudden changes. I had to be okay with not working out. I realized after the 2 weeks, the gym is still there. Working out is still there. It'll be there when I'm healthy, when I'm well enough to go back. What am I so worried about? So that was kind of the first switch in my brain. Maybe change my mindset. Maybe it'd be a good idea to change my mindset around exercise. The second and biggest breaking point was this pandemic. The gym was no longer an option, period. I had to learn to be okay with that. And I feel like that 2 weeks of being sick was kind of practice for a year of no gym. I had to find gentler ways of exercise, other activities and movement that I enjoy. And at the end of all of it, I was okay with that change. I was okay with being kind and gentle to my body. And that in turn helped my mind and my mindset grow and change. It was through not being able to go to the gym that I realized how bad my obsession had gotten and how I needed to change it. So for most of the shutdown, I was planning. I was preparing for when I would get to go back to the gym, but in a healthy way. I have a strategy now. I have a game plan of going back to the gym. What are my goals? How am I going to achieve those goals in a healthy, non-obsessive way? And my goal, first and foremost, is this is something you enjoy. You're going to do it at a level that you enjoy. You're not going to push yourself to burnout. You are not going to torture yourself and punish yourself. You're doing this because you love it. And now that gyms are reopened, as much as I would love to go every single day, I'm not going to. If I feel like I need to sleep in or I sleep through my alarm because I'm that tired, then that's what my body needs. My body needs rest. And I'm learning through practice to be okay with resting. Sometimes I don't go to the gym for 2-3 days in a row. Is there a little bit of disappointment? Yes, because I love the gym. It's not because I feel that need that I have to do it. I mean, yes, there are some days where I still feel like I have to go to the gym, but I don't. And it turns out, surprisingly, I know, shocker, I'm okay. I'm okay to miss the gym. I go 2-3 days, the gym is still there. The gym will always still be there. I can go back when I'm ready, when my body is ready, when I am rested and I have the energy. I used to go to the gym, and if there were crowds in the area that I wanted to, I would panic because it's like I wanted to do those machines. I wanted to use those weights, and there are people there and I have to wait or I can't. Now I have a set workout, but I have in the back of my mind, okay, if there are people doing this, I can go do this. If there are people over there, I can go over there and do that. Like, I have that flexibility because it's no longer I have to do this many bicep curls or I need to do this much on, bench press, like that kind of stuff. I just have that flexibility to just go do something else. And if the space that I want to be in frees up, then I can go over there. If not, I still am getting a decent workout in because I'm doing something. Maybe I go in planning to do bench press, but I can't. I can do bench press the next day or the next week. I'll get to it eventually and it's fine. I'm gonna be okay. My workout will not be mad at me. Like, it's not that important anymore. It's important, but it doesn't dictate or control my life and how I feel. A local running club does these monthly challenges and it's all cardio. And so I have been doing a lot of cardio, but over the past couple weeks, I've been really thinking about, maybe I want to cut back on the amount of cardio I do, like maybe not do an hour every single day, maybe just do 15 minutes every other day or something like that, interspersed with longer sessions of cardio. I am strategizing and kind of preparing my mind for these changes, but I'm doing it in a way of like, this is your goal. This is what you want, and these are the steps that you have to take to reach those goals. And I am okay with it. At the end of the day, I'm okay with it, and that's the important part. So basically, that is my video on my relationship with exercise and how it has changed over the past 10 plus years. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy it, you can give it a thumbs down. That is cool too. I don't mind. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit the notification bell to stay notified of all future uploads. If you have any comments, questions, video suggestions, anything at all, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to go follow me over on Instagram, and I will see you next time.